In a quiet suburban neighborhood, the serene facade of Maplewood Retirement Home hides a chilling secret. Residents have been mysteriously disappearing, leaving behind only whispers of fear and uncertainty. At the center of this unsettling mystery is Harold, an elderly man with a seemingly benign demeanor. But as the number of missing residents grows, questions arise. Is Harold merely a victim of circumstance, or could he be the key to unraveling a sinister plot? Enter retired detective Clara Thompson, a sharp-minded investigator who has traded in her badge for a peaceful life. However, the unsettling reports from Maplewood have reignited her instincts, compelling her to dig deeper into the shadows of the retirement home. With her keen eye for detail and relentless determination, Clara is on a mission to uncover the truth behind the vanishing residents. As she navigates the labyrinth of secrets and lies, viewers are drawn into a web of intrigue and suspense. What dark forces are at play within the walls of Maplewood? Can Clara piece together the clues before it's too late? The stakes are high and the clock is ticking. Join us as we delve into this gripping tale of mystery, where every corner turned could reveal a chilling truth, and every resident holds a piece of the puzzle. Prepare for a journey that will keep you on the edge of your seat. As Harold stepped through the ornate entrance of Maplewood Retirement Home, he was greeted by the warm glow of sunlight filtering through large bay windows. The air was filled with the scent of freshly baked cookies, and the cheerful chatter of residents echoed in the common area. Plush armchairs were arranged in cozy clusters, inviting conversations and camaraderie. Yet, beneath the surface of this seemingly idyllic environment, an unsettling tension lingered, unnoticed by most. Harold, a widower in his late 70s, had spent the last few years alone in his family home, grappling with the weight of solitude. The decision to move was not easy. He longed for companionship, but was haunted by the memories of his late wife. As he surveyed the room, he noticed a mix of residents, some engaged in lively games of cards, while others sat quietly, lost in thought. Their faces told stories of lives well lived, yet there was an underlying sense of unease that Harold couldn't quite place. As he settled into his new surroundings, Harold felt a strange pull toward the shadows of the hallways, where whispers seemed to linger. The friendly smiles of the staff and residents did little to mask the feeling that something was amiss. Little did he know, his arrival at Maplewood would set off a chain of mysterious events that would unravel the very fabric of this seemingly peaceful community. The stage was set for secrets to emerge, and Harold was about to become an unwitting participant in a chilling tale. It started subtly, almost imperceptibly, when Mrs. Jenkins, a beloved resident known for her vibrant stories and infectious laughter, failed to show up for breakfast one sunny Tuesday morning. Initially, the staff brushed it off as a simple oversight, assuming she was enjoying a leisurely morning. However, as the hours passed and Mrs. Jenkins remained unaccounted for, concern began to ripple through Maplewood Retirement Home. Residents exchanged worried glances, their conversations shifting from light-hearted banter to hushed whispers. "Have you seen Mrs. Jenkins?" became a common refrain, echoing through the hallways. The staff too felt the weight of unease settle over the home. They conducted a thorough search, checking every room and common area, but Mrs. Jenkins was nowhere to be found. The initial reaction was disbelief, but as the day turned into night, a palpable tension gripped the community. Days turned into weeks, and the atmosphere grew increasingly fraught. More residents began to vanish without explanation, each disappearance adding to the growing fear that something sinister was at play. Clues emerged: a forgotten scarf in the garden, a broken window in the activity room, and strange noises echoing through the night. Whispers of foul play began to circulate, igniting paranoia among the residents. The once vibrant community now felt like a ticking time bomb, with every creak of the floorboards and shadow in the corner heightening the sense of dread. The mystery deepened, and the question loomed: who would be next? Clara Thompson, a retired detective with over 3 decades of experience, had seen her fair share of mysteries and mayhem during her illustrious career. Known for her sharp instincts and unwavering dedication, she had cracked some of the toughest cases in the city. Now in her early 60s, Clara had traded in her badge for a quiet life, but the unsettling reports from Maplewood Retirement Home stirred something deep within her, a sense of duty that refused to fade. Clara had a personal connection to Maplewood. Her late mother had spent her final years there, and Clara often visited, forming bonds with the residents. She remembered Mrs. Jenkins fondly, her mother's dear friend, and the thought of her disappearance gnawed at Clara's heart. The idea that something sinister could be happening in a place meant for safety and comfort ignited a fire within her. Despite her age, Clara was determined to uncover the truth. She had spent years honing her investigative skills, and the thought of letting fear dictate the narrative was unacceptable. With a notepad in hand and a mind still sharp as ever, she began to piece together the puzzle. Clara knew that the clock was ticking, and with each passing day, the stakes grew higher. The residents of Maplewood deserved answers, and she was resolute in her mission to bring the truth to light, no matter the cost. The mystery was calling, and Clara was ready to answer. Clara Thompson approached her investigation with a blend of intuition and methodical precision. She began by interviewing residents, gently coaxing them to share their observations and concerns. Armed with her notepad, she moved through the common areas of Maplewood, engaging in casual conversations that often revealed more than the residents intended. Clara's warm demeanor put them at ease, allowing her to gather vital information while building rapport. One afternoon, she sat down with Mr. Thompson, a reclusive resident known for his sharp wit. As they chatted over a game of chess, Clara noticed his furtive glances toward the hallway. "You know, I saw Mrs. Jenkins talking to Harold the night before she disappeared." This revelation sent a shiver down Clara's spine, hinting at a connection she hadn't considered. Conversely, her conversation with Mrs. Patel, a sweet but forgetful woman, proved to be both enlightening and troubling. "I sometimes hear strange noises at night, like someone crying or whispering." Clara jotted down notes, her mind racing with possibilities. As she pieced together the fragments of information, the atmosphere in Maplewood grew heavier. Each conversation unveiled layers of suspicion and fear, and Clara felt the weight of the mystery pressing down on her. With every clue she uncovered, the urgency of her investigation intensified. The truth was lurking just beneath the surface, and Clara was determined to expose it before another resident vanished into the shadows. As Clara Thompson delved deeper into her investigation, the pieces of the puzzle began to fall into place, leading her to a chilling conclusion. A series of critical clues emerged, all pointing toward Harold, the seemingly benign old man who had quickly become a person of interest. Clara discovered that Harold had been seen near the rooms of several missing residents, shortly before their disappearances. Additionally, a witness reported seeing him in the garden late at night, lingering near a spot where a resident's personal belongings had been found discarded. The mounting evidence weighed heavily on Clara's mind. She grappled with the emotional turmoil of suspecting a man who, on the surface, appeared harmless. Memories of her mother's laughter echoed in her thoughts, reminding her of the vulnerability of the elderly. The psychological strain of the investigation began to take its toll. Sleepless nights were filled with visions of the missing residents, their faces haunting her as she pieced together the narrative of fear that enveloped Maplewood. As Clara got closer to the truth, the tension in the retirement home escalated. Residents whispered in hushed tones, their eyes darting nervously as they sensed the growing unease. Clara felt the pressure mounting, knowing that time was running out. With each new discovery, the stakes grew higher, and she realized that uncovering the truth might come at a cost. The shadows of Maplewood were closing in, and Clara was determined to shine a light on the darkness before it was too late. The air in Maplewood Retirement Home was thick with tension as Clara Thompson prepared for the confrontation that could unravel the mystery once and for all. Armed with her notes and a steely resolve, she approached Harold's room, her heart pounding in her chest. The whispers of the residents echoed in her mind, fueling her determination. She knew that this moment could change everything, and she had to tread carefully. "Harold, can we talk?" When he opened the door, his expression was a mix of surprise and apprehension. Clara stepped inside, closing the door behind her. "I have some questions about the missing residents." As she laid out the evidence, his presence near the rooms, the discarded belongings, Harold's demeanor shifted from calm to defensive. "You don't understand. I was trying to help them." Clara pressed on, revealing the truth. Harold had been luring vulnerable residents into his web, promising companionship but ultimately leading them to a dark fate. His motive stemmed from a twisted desire to control and isolate those he deemed weak, a reflection of his own fears of abandonment. With the truth laid bare, the weight of the mystery lifted. Clara felt a mix of relief and sorrow as she realized the depths of Harold's despair. The residents of Maplewood would finally be safe, but the scars of the past would linger. As she stepped out of the room, Clara knew that justice had been served, but the shadows of the home would never fully fade. In this gripping journey through the unsettling events at Maplewood Retirement Home, we witnessed the arrival of Harold, an elderly man whose seemingly innocent presence masked a chilling truth. As residents began to vanish, the tension escalated, leading retired Detective Clara Thompson to uncover a web of deceit and danger. Through her relentless investigation, we learned how critical it is to remain vigilant, even in environments that appear safe and welcoming. Clara's determination to seek justice for the missing residents ultimately revealed Harold's dark motives, reminding us that not everything is as it seems. The resolution of this mystery serves as a powerful reminder of the importance of community awareness and the need to look out for one another, especially in places designed for comfort and care. If you found this story as intriguing as we did, we encourage you to engage with our content. Don't forget to subscribe to our channel for more captivating mysteries and true crime stories. Hit the like button if you enjoyed this video, and share it with friends who love a good thriller. Your support helps us bring more fascinating tales to light, and we want you to be part of our growing community. Thank you for joining us on this journey, and stay tuned for our next exploration into the unknown.